Countess Elizabeth Bathory d'Aix was born in 1560 into one of the most powerful noble families in all of Hungary. She was educated, multilingual, and by all accounts, extraordinarily beautiful. She married at 15. She ran her husband's estates while he fought wars. She was, by every measure, a woman of immense capability and intelligence. She was also responsible for the deaths of somewhere between 80 and 650 young women when investigators finally entered her castle in 1609. The range itself is a horror. 80 is what they could prove. 650 is what the survivors testified. The truth is somewhere between them, and the fact that we cannot narrow it further tells you how protected she was. The young women came from surrounding villages, lured with promises of work in her castle, employment, a better life. Some were daughters of minor nobility, sent to learn courtly manners under a great lady. What happened inside was recorded by investigators. Torture, mutilation, starvation, methods, documented in testimony after testimony. The blood was not incidental. It was the point. Bathory believed that bathing in the blood of young women preserved her youth. There are accounts of bathing chambers, of blood collected in vessels, of her emerging, examining herself, and being satisfied. She was 60 years old when she was finally stopped. Whatever she believed it was doing, she believed it for decades. When King Matthias II finally ordered an investigation, it was because she had begun targeting the daughters of lesser nobility. The moment she reached upward, the moment her victims had names that mattered, the silence broke. She was not tried. A trial would have required public testimony that implicated dozens of noble families who had looked away. Instead, she was walled into a suite of rooms in her own castle. 4 walls, a slot for food. She died there in 1614, not executed, entombed, hidden, because even in punishment, the powerful protect the powerful. This was not new. Egypt wrote this story first, and in their version she was not the villain. She was a goddess. In the beginning, Ra, the sun god, saw that humanity had grown corrupt. In his fury, he sent his daughter to deal with them. That daughter was Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of war, destruction, and pestilence. Her name means she who is powerful. She descended upon humanity, and she killed, and she killed, and she bathed in the blood of the dead. And she could not stop. Ra watched from above and felt something shift. Sekhmet could no longer distinguish. To her, blood was blood. Ra devised a plan. He had vast quantities of beer dyed red with pomegranate juice and poured across the fields of Egypt. Sekhmet descended on what she believed was a sea of blood. She drank until she fell into a stupor. When she woke, she was transformed. The goddess of destruction became Hathor, goddess of love, beauty, and music. Now watch how the two stories run together. Both were authorized by the highest power, Bathory by nobility, Sekhmet by Rayim. Both targeted young women. Both used blood as a ritual of self-preservation. Both could not stop even when they wanted to. The Egyptian myth of Sekhmet does something more disturbing. It does not punish her. It transforms her. The goddess who bathed in blood becomes the goddess of love. The Egyptians knew this. They kept both stories. They decided she was both, and that the capacity for one is inseparable from the capacity for the other. Elizabeth Bathory was walled into a room and died there. Her victims were given no monument. But in the myth, The figure who did what she did became the goddess people prayed to for love, for joy. The Egyptians were saying something far more unsettling, that hunger and destruction are not separate from beauty. Elizabeth Bathory died alone in 1614. Her name was removed from record. It was forbidden to speak it. Sekhmet was worshipped for 3,000 years. Her temple held 700 statues, one for every day they feared she might return. One story ends with silence. One ends with 700 statues. The Egyptians feared her too much to forget her. We feared Bathory too much to remember her. I'm not sure which response is more dangerous.